I survived Mambola, and I'm here to tell the story.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Welcome back, YouTube. Channel update from Tutti UK. We've got a slew to get through here today. Yeah, I've been suffering from the back end of the last video. I couldn't go to work last week. I did a bit Friday. Still suffer with it now. It's all on my chest. Yeah, Mambola. That's a slight upgrade from man flu. So it's the Ebola virus, but the man version. So yeah, killer for any females out there. Don't let your missus catch it. Whatever you do, it'll finish her off. So I'm kind of getting over it. I don't feel as weak and as like feeble like Mr. Burns as I did before. But if I end up coughing or wheezing, that's why. So yeah, just trying to get past that. Not that you're that interested, but forewarned is forearmed, as they say. I've got shit tons to get through. Absolutely loads, and it's like most people do. I think it's a given. I think people automatically do this. I know I do, and I know loads of other people do it. Stuff doesn't get put away till it gets shown. So it's just been piling up. And I've just literally pulled it all out now. I thought, fucking hell, I didn't realise I had that much. So there's, I mean, CX been fucking caned. I've got a bit of eBay and I've got some Facebook purchases kind of thing. Well, it is Facebook purchases, not kind of thing at all. It's just Facebook purchases. But I'd probably class some of these guys as friends now, you know, or acquaintances, rather than unknown people off Facebook, because I've dealt with them quite a lot. I keep looking down because I just want to make sure I've got everything there. I'm convinced I've forgot something. I always do. It's every video. Check, double check, triple check, and yet still sit here and think, fuck, I think I've missed something. I haven't. Leave the CX stuff till last, because I say there's a fucking ton to get through and some absolute insane deals, honestly. Anybody who, I said this to the lads and lasses on last Saturday at the Retro Fair. Anybody that slates or, you know, dismisses CX, they ain't doing it right. They can't be. So, sort of segueing quite nicely into that. Last week, I mentioned there was a mega CD title that I asked the vendor, how much is it? By the way, 10 minutes later, come back, 13 quid. Said, it's all cracked. So you do tenner? No. So, right, fuck you, mate. And just as the gods are shining down on me, on the old Evil Bay, the Flea of the Bay, there was one there, and I think the guy only knocked off £1. God, Bennett. I think it's like $10.99. It's free postage as well, so I'm guessing that's probably why. When I sort of chucked a cheeky bid in there and refused, and I was like, you bastard. And then when I thought about it, I thought, fucking hell, so it's going to cost him like best part of 3 quid to post it anyway. You were going to pay 10 quid Saturday, so £10 delivered to me door. I haven't got to do anything. There's one chip in the case, which is a bit annoying, and some sort of scuffs, but it's in better condition than one Saturday. And it's microcosm of the Mega CD. Yeah, it's not a complete Sega fest for them Nintendoites, but quite a nice case. I say it's got a bit of a crack there. There's a little chip out of the case there, but say it's all. Other than that, it's all there. It's quite nice condition. Quite nice. So I do quite like these long box games. I'm not sure how many there's left to get. I know there's Chuck Rock and one or two others. I shall have to slide that into there so I don't forget it. Basically, I've still got to sort the room out, guys, because I've been down this Mambola. I've not done anything with the room. I've got another bookcase you can just sort of see here. So that kind of cuts off a third of the new one that I put in, but it's all storage space. I can still get to the stuff. It's not ideal, but you know, hopefully moving forward there'll be a proper games room, so all this shelving all get reused, all get repurposed, so nothing's going to go to waste. Going completely off tangent on the pickups, just talking about the room in general. The OSSC is still on the cards. I noticed there's been a slew of activity regarding that. I'm not taking any credit for that because it's probably not me, but I think a lot of people are getting on that bandwagon. Simon Locke, I know that he put some pictures up and he's well impressed with the item. So I think from what I've seen, what I've read, people I spoke to, compared to, there's pros and cons of the frame meister. I mean, price is a massive, it's probably about 150 quid cheaper, give or take. That's if you can get hold of a FrameMeister. And obviously with the OSSC, because it's open source, it's always been upgraded, either physically or from a hardware perspective. Hardware one, I can see most people will be very dubious. I'd be really dubious about doing anything to it. I think currently, just so you know, if anyone is interested and they don't know where to go, it's Video Perfection, Video Perfections or perfection.com. I mean, if you Google OSSC, you'll find it. But just so you know, roughly, to get the device, the power supply and the remote control, I think you're looking at 176 quid. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But if you've got a nice panel and it works with 4K TVs, I think there's obviously, because there's a slew and such a varied amount of panels out there, it can't possibly work with everything. But generally, on the whole, there's a few emissions that it won't work with. All certain systems, I know the SNES won't work with some TVs because it's the way it scales and stuff. But all that's being ironed out, so I've heard. But it looks to be the solution. One ring to rule them all, who knows? I don't know. But, it looks to be the way to go. So I probably will go down that route. So I've got this little unit here, and it's just got all the guides on and stuff like that. I can always, remove them, and I think that'll be an ideal little solution. And say, moving forward, hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood and all that, if we get a proper room, it would slot in there perfectly anyway. So, yeah, kind of a literally fucking took a left turn at pickups and went down room discussion. You can't catch it. You can't catch it remotely, don't worry. Anyway, come on. We're here for some gaming stuff. I will probably deviate yet again and talk about other topics and interchange and intertwine stuff as I see fit. So, off a guy from both Galaxy Sega and Retro Realm, I think he's admin on both, Pete Coombs, name gets mentioned a hell of a lot nowadays. Done what probably a lot of people have been doing, thinning out, moving on, switching stuff up. I know he's really big into his Japanese Saturn, so I think a lot of his other collections being thinned out and moved on. Lewis Wishwash, who I mentioned last week. Hopefully, guys, if you haven't seen the video from the Leeds Retro Fair, go and check that out. There's 4 great tubers in there that I would strongly advise you to go and have a watch. They're a good watch. I will probably look to do more of that type of video. Just do that like a mini shout out thing, just to get some exposure to people, because I think it's I used to do it quite a lot back in the day, and I really should pick that up again. So I tend to only give nods and winks and stuff like that, and shout outs to people I've dealt with or I've had interactions with, which I think is probably the wrong way of doing it, to be honest. It's not right. But partly because my videos tend to go on for too long anyway, because I do stuff like this and I talk too much. But anyway, Pete Coombs, Wishwash, Lewis, picked up 3 cracking titles off of him. I think one of them, I'm sure Peter didn't advertise for sale, but Lewis managed to get it at he's probably, I think he's a bit, probably paid too much, but I think personally, it's only going to go one way, so I'm going to make it more expensive, so get it while it's going. I seen this early doors, and this was one I'd been after. My God, I'm not going to say I was after this one before it's the next one in the line, because I think that the next one after this one was the one that really kick-started everything. And once I got that game and sort of completed it, although I remember I've told tons of times that this sort of adapter cartridge that I used was known, well, later on when the internet was there, was prone to crashing on the game. But anyway, that's by the by. And then obviously once I completed that, looked and I realised that there was a previous version, an early, don't know what word I'm looking for. The number 2 version of the game that came out. Fucking brain work, you bastard. Peter me a great price, a little bit of haggling. I think his prices were pretty dirt cheap anyway. So I think I got this 100 quid all in. Again, quite a lot of money, but one I had been after. It's always on my eBay search list. US exclusive only. It is a JRPG from a great stable, good stock, if you like, and it is the mighty Final Fantasy II. Even come with a box protector. So yeah, what words Words are failing me today. I do apologise. Try to get some glare off there. I've changed the angle a little bit as well. Only slightly, but you know, from where I'm sitting, I meant, not than this. Do you know what? I've not even looked at this. I've had this probably about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We'll take that off. It might less shine. There's some honest edge where you know you can tell it's not a knock 'em off. It's not that Russian guy. Ivan knock 'em off. And obviously pointing out where it's got the little colour tabs, that's the side you open. Oh dear. Did I look at it? I might have looked at it. I can't remember now. So we have the obligatory cartridge with the dust cover. Very nice condition. The manual, and to be honest, I'm not surprised with these games. I'm pretty sure my Final Fantasy 3 manual back in the day was thumbed to death. That's not a bad manual. It's not perfect. You know, it's not fake. I like that it's got a bit of provenance to it, and the obligatory map, which on a lot of these sort of type games is missing. But yeah, it's all there. It's, you know, you don't need to be seeing every finite detail of everything, do you? So yeah, it's not that it was a case of, oh, let's just get it because it's selling it. It's always been one that's been on the radar. I say even back in the day when I completed Final Fantasy 3, and I was, you know, hungering for some more RPG action, and obviously realised actually number 2 had come out, you know, prior. I think it'd come out prior. I don't, unless did they go back and release this after 3, 1991. No, 1990. It would have been out before it. I think basically what happened is 3 had been such an outstanding game. That's why it probably got a lot of exposure in magazines. 1991 as well. I don't even think I had the Super Nintendo. I don't think it was released in the UK by then either. 1991. I'm sure of it. So yeah, from a sort of UK exposure level, that had been out in the States like 1 or 2 years, I think. So when the third one came out, that's when it hit all the mags, like your Super Plays and CVGs and Mean Machines and stuff like that. I remember as well, I need to hunt this down. There's a magazine, and it's EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly, that I bought when I had Final Fantasy 3. And in there it had some like hints and tips. I'd love to get that magazine back again. Cause, yeah, just for nostalgia. I should try and hunt that one down. I don't know what number it is, so don't ask me, I don't know. All I know is it had Final Fantasy 3, like tips, hints, and you know, not of a walkthrough to be fucking massive. But anyway, any roads up. Get on with the fucking show, Stu. The mighty show. Right, sticking with sort of Facebooky purchases online, not even on, can't say online, can you? From people that I know online, bar one. This is from Mike Allmond, Mickey, I don't know what he likes to be called, I'll call him Mike. Mike Allmond. This one I bought again a few weeks back now. It's been a few weeks. I think he said, oh, that was that one. This one, it was just a manual. The manual's been a bit roughed up. I don't mind. I'm not, as long as it's all there and it's not ripped and smashed to smithereens. I'm not too fussed. There's going to be a familiar theme running here. So everything else near as damn it is all Sega. And we have another one for the collection, the Mega CD. This is Jurassic Park. It's still a wonderful movie. Any of the Jurassic, I know there's some of the latter ones have got a bit slated. The new one's coming out soon, isn't it? But yeah, fantastic movies. For the time, it was just breathtaking. So yeah, the manual's a little bit tired, but I'll argue. I can't even remember what I paid for Mike now. He's a bargain. Mike always does deals anyway. So yeah, I'm way over halfway Mega CD, and everyone's going, yeah, you're going to get your next set. It might be, it might not be. I'm not saying no, I'm not saying yeah. It's just I'll just keep chipping away. You know, if I find a bargain here, there, everywhere, I'll grab it. Excuse me. Oh. Right, this one I got off mic. I meant to show this last week because he was meant to bring it to the show, so we had to post it at his own cost because it's his own fault. He said, I think I can see what he's on about. It's a little bit, the front's a little bit rippled, like someone spilt something beyond the other side of it. But again, I'm not too fussed. The price he's charged me, well happy with it. It's a bargain, and it is Beast 2 on the Mega CD. Funnily enough, one of the unusual ones where it doesn't have big, Mega CD down the spine. I don't think there's many like that, if there is any at all. Again, standard fare from the Mega Drive versions and the Amiga and stuff like that. But you've got like little cutscenes. I'm yet to play this. And say, other than the front, which has got a little bit of a ripple to it, it's in great condition. Yeah, so it always amazes me why some come with a blanking. There's one or two I need to swap them over. I think it's one of the hockey games. I need to swap one of the blanking plates over the back because 2 manuals are too big. And then, this is an interesting one. I spoke about this on the video last week, where one of the games I missed out on from the couple. That have absolutely amazing items for sale at very good prices. I missed out, but as luck would fucking hell. So even I missed out, but as luck would have it, the chap that bought them, I'd seen him at the event, and Mike said, "Oh, you want to see what he's got?" I was like, "Fucking bastard!" One of the games I mentioned I'd already had. The other one was shit. I would have had that. I offered him to double his money. He said no. Subsequently, then he's tried to sell them on Facebook, and I think I paid just over double. I think, yeah, by about tenner. So even for the price of this game, you're kind of thinking, fucking hell, he only paid 20 quid for it. I think I paid about 50 for this. I think it was 50. It's against a lot of money. But for what it sells for, it's a fucking good price. So you got to weigh it up from that end and just suck it up, man. By all accounts, I've not played this. By all accounts, it's a shit game. But it's one that's part of the collection and needs to be had. It's Corpse Killer. Again, on the Mega CD. Yeah, so the chap bought this and Robo LS, I think, for 20 quid each. I'm sure he said 20 quid each. I said 40 quid for the pair. This is from that couple. If I hadn't gone and had a fucking breakfast, then again, you would have been in there at 10 o'clock. And as you've seen from the video, there's people still turning up, setting up. So, where do you draw the line? It gets a bit daft, don't it? You're going to turn up before the vendors, and you can't do that, can you? That's a bit too much. But yeah, FMV Central. Get the fucking glare. So yeah, really hammering into the Mega CD collection now. So just a quick nod. I'll have a little break there. Just a quick nod in terms of looking forward into the year now, because we get in February. So firms that may or may not know or may not care, I don't know. Doncaster Dome. I want to say March the 3rd, might be March the 8th. Can't remember. Early March. You can always Google it. I'll be standing with my mate Rob, the man with the signs. The acrylic, not the sort of shelving signs you would have seen in there last year. So there should be more of them, I'm guessing. Rob, will there? Yeah, so that's early March. They've changed it up a little bit. I'm not really agreeing with their sort of pricing policy. There's an early bird entrance fee, which is £4 rather than the original £2, and you can get in there early. I think it's probably collector's tax, I'd call it, more than anything else. But it's how it is. You vote with your feet, I suppose. And then later on, July, I think it's July. Shit, I want to say July. I can't remember. No, May. I think it's May. Is Revival. So I'll talk about more Revival later on. But that's up until Revival. I've got no other plans for anything else at the minute. I know the lads are going to Blackpool next week. Said this before, I'm not doing Blackpool, not this year, it's too close. I wasn't even going to the Leeds Retro Fair last week, and I've spent more money than I should have done. So there's no way Blackpool would have happened. And anyway, I've got me pass out for revival, so this is the way it is. Okay, now it's time for Mahusive CEX. Yeah, we've been pillaging CX once more. Some absolute crackers in here, lads and lasses and girls and guys and girls and everybody else. Absolute. Some not so great. Some a little bit meh. But some absolute great deals. Tell you. I tell thee. So let's start how we finished. With Mega CD. So some of these were bought with credit. I haven't obviously not been car booting or anything like that, so it's just been the odd few bits that I found from the charity shop. DS game here, Wii game, you know, usual shit. Built up a little bit of credit. Some of these were paid with cash, admittedly. But look, I say comparing them to eBay, they're pretty much of a muchness in terms of price. Some things are cheaper. So a few things have been bought with credit. So the first one with credit, and this has been banging about on there for God knows how long. It looks like someone's swapped the case. I can feel the plastic's sharper edged, but it's all there. It's all complete, all in great condition. It's Battle Corps core design. So this one hasn't got the negative. Some of them didn't. I don't know what sort of game this is. Looks like a first-person tank type affair. So once I get, I keep saying this. When the room's sorted out, and if and when I do get an OSSC, start getting some of these systems set up, either all just placed in boxes, so I can just set them up. Obviously, I'm not in the position to have, everything hooked up. It's not going to happen, and I have to be realistic about that. I've got the Retron that accommodates, near enough all the cartridge-based stuff. It's just the CD stuff, the PC Engine, the Mega CD, and Sega Saturn, really. And GameCube. They're the only real systems, and PlayStation. And no, I'm joking. So not loads, but enough, to make it sort of a bit of a. Right. Anyway, more CEX. Bit of NBA Jam. I think I had to swap. Some of these I've swapped over. I've swapped the fronts and backs over again. Just with standard dual cases. I've not gone out and bought new double cases. I just take the backs off dual cases and they fit onto these. I've told you that before. Still got the hologram. Hologram's on the insert, thank God. Because I was thinking, oh, fucking hell. Because the one I had a big dirty crack down it. It's NBA Jam. I'm guessing it's just got better audio. But NBA Jam's always a good time. I mean, I'm not a big, massive basketball fan. But I did like a game of NBA Jam, back in the day. He's on fire. One that this is missing the manual, so I need to get rid of that. So it's just on the upgrade radar, if you like. Yeah, it's on the upgrade radar. Disc's a little bit meh, but it's there. It's in the collection. I don't know if this got released on anything else. I don't think it did, because I don't remember seeing it, unless it's they've kind of took parts from another game and made this one. And it's WF Rage in the Cage. There's not a Mega Drive version of this, I know. But it looks like what do you call it? WWF not Superstars. Someone's gonna tell me what. Someone's screaming at me now. The one's on the Super NES as well. Oh, for fuck's sake. That one anyway. It looks very similar to that one. Just in terms of it, that looks like the IRS there. Yes, IRS. So he wasn't in that game on the SNES, I know for a fact. It's not WrestleMania. It'll come to me at some point. But the roster looks good. Lex Luthor, Macho Man, Big Boss Man, Shawn Michaels. Yeah, all there. The Red Rooster. God, you can't beat the old wrestlers. Don't watch the new wrestling. Oh, I did mention to you, I was missing the manual. So say that's on the upgrade radar. Another Mega CD title. And then lastly, from CEX, I said all those are boxed. They're not. None of them are mint. I don't know. I just don't see the point in buying mint. I tend to use Lewis's rule. If it's £2, fine. But if it's any more than that, no bother. Don't bother. Case in point with this one, I bought this. I've just took the other one back. I bought it with some vouchers, along with Battle Corps. And this game come through, and it was smashed to fucking smithereens. Really, the front, basically, they'd held together elastic bands. So the spine, I'll use this as an example. So the spine there was all shattered. There was no edge there. So the top and the bottom would just fall out. So they had elastic bands across there and across there. The disc was covered in crap. It was just like someone fucking eating Marmite with it. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I think might have been tail end of last week. So I was going to the fair Saturday, so I couldn't take it back Saturday. So I thought, all right, I'll take that back today. But in the interim in the week, this popped up. I thought, right, I'll order that, and I'll just definitely take the other one back now. And I showed the guys there. I said, look, I was because you could have obviously put it into a new case and all that kind of stuff. But when I cleaned the stuff off the disc, there was actually a split on the disc. So I said, look, I'm not having that. There's no way. So they were all right about it. They weren't too bad, you know, no issues. But this one is just boxed as well. So this is the difference. It's Mickey Mania. This is not getting any cheaper. I'd seen this tons of times on CEX. You know, it was about 20 quid, 25 quid. Now it's up to 30 quid. And you look on eBay, and it's I think the last one I was watching as an auction went for like 45, close to 50. So it's fucking really going up. It's just mental. It's just basically the same. I'm again, like I say this all the time, the Mega CD stuff. My assumption is it's the Mega Drive with nicer audio, as far as I know. But it's all complete in absolutely great condition. Why it's not mint, I don't know, because it looks mint to me. This has got one little dink on it, maybe that's what it is. But compared to the other one I had, fucking honestly, poles apart. So, yeah. Great buys. Great buys any days a week. Mega Drive. We've got a slew. Slew is the word of the day. We've got a plethora. Baker's dozen. I don't know what Baker. 13 in it. Baker's dozen. Some fillers. Some definite fillers here, and some games. You know what? I looked. I did my research, like I say to you all the time, and thought, actually, it's worth a punt. Some of them have come off, and they've come off big style. This one is an interesting one. I was doing basically, especially some of these cheaper titles, I was ordering two and just taking back the shittiest one, because it was just doing me head in, because a lot of time I'd end up with the same one coming back round again. I think I mentioned that in a previous video anyway. Case in point with this, ordered two of these, and they both come through the same. So the first one I opened, I thought, it's wrong, it's going back, it's the Genesis version. Then the second one was exactly the same. So I was like, So I did a bit of Googling, and it's like, actually, this is how it is. So for them that may or may not know, to be honest, if you're a bit more ignorant, you probably think that's right. But because I'm too observant, it's just like, I just dismiss it straight away. The game's not a very expensive game on CEX anyway. It's Batman Returns. I don't have it. I'm pretty sure it's a very poor game. Yeah, on the Mega Drive. But what you see is that sign there. So usually when you see that one, when I see that says to me that's Genesis, because that's the Genesis seal of approval. Actually, it's not. It's the Mega Drive. Not only that, it's in the style of the Genesis. So the styling in the box, the wording and the artwork, and that symbol there, that's a Genesis symbol. I think Home Alone's like this as well. And then to make matters worse, even the manual is sort of portrait. So it's all complete, even with the poster and stuff. Like that. It's a little bit wrinkled, but I can live. I don't mind. It's like £6 or something. So a really weird, just strange anomaly. Maybe I don't know why they did it this way, because it's not multilingual on the back. Because normally, obviously, with all Mega Drive games, they're multilingual usually. Yeah, they are. Is it just a UK only release? I don't know. Did the ones on the continent have them big stickers over the top of them so they could understand what was being said? Don't know. Don't ask me. I am really here. Last one. This is the last one that completes a mini collection within the Mega Drive. Again, I think this is an amalgamation of about 4 copies. It can't be 4 copies, Stu, because there's only 1, 2. Oh, no, it could be, but it's not. There's only usually about 3 components to make up this, other than the case. But yeah, I went through a few copies of this, and it's Saban's VR Troopers, so the old Power Rangers. I think it's 1-on-1 beat 'em up. Blue Spine from the man Scott Brand. Sega Zombie, check him out. He's going to be in another video. Tell you that much. So yeah, I've had some of the. Do you know what? It's just nice to sort of see the absolute fucking messes that CX purchased from different places. Because I had one of these that come through, and I think half the bottom of it was water damaged. I had another one, the label, it's all complete. The other one, the label was like fucking half hanging down there. I had another one. What's the other one? Oh, where the spine had like split. I think that's the spine. I've had that a few times. I think that's done in the post. You know, they stood on a box and it's just popped out. But yeah, I've managed to sort of, yeah, because you can see on here this one, and a lot of these labels had, I don't know, blue spines. They all suffer from the label peel, but my God, all of these ones were the same. And you can see, if you maybe just see how I've stuck it down a little. You can see the creases in it, so I've made it look half decent. And this was a better copy, just on the top label. But they all do it. I know most of the blue spines do it, and I'm quite happy with that. Bit of Pritt stick, job, you know, job done. But some of them are fucking hanging down. That's just mad. But say after all that, a very nice copy now. You'd probably maybe say mint, but mint is variant. I'm gutted about this one, especially after watching a certain fellow tuber's video a few weeks back now. That's how long it's been. I thought, oh, not to worry, I've seen this loads of times. And you know what, sod's fucking law, it's not appeared on there again since, in any form whatsoever. I didn't realise what sort of game it was either until I bought it. It comes through, I was like, fucking, I thought maybe I could source the parts. And it's not a cheap game either, but it's one of these weird ones that CX sell it quite cheap. So Silly Steve, he bagged a fucking complete nice copy of this from CX. I've got this one. It's no manual. The insert's alright. It's got this. I was speaking to Lewis or someone like that. I don't know what it was. I'll explain it in a minute. The outer case is, it's not damaged, it's just weird. But to make matters worse, the cartridge isn't right. It is right, but there's a bit missing off of it. It's fucking really bugging the shit out of me. There was a loose cartridge which I went to buy, and that had gone as well. So after all that, it is, and you wouldn't believe it's a shoot 'em up. I thought it was a space thing like Elite and stuff like that. It's Battle Squadron. So it's still Mega Drive, an EA title. Insert's fine. It's very Xenon 2-esque. But I think me and Lewis were speaking about this on Saturday. What we find is a lot of these EA cases, see how you can actually bubble it up, and you think the insert's rippled. I think what it is, the plastic that EA used on their cases, it's more pliable, so over time it's just stretched out. So if you can see, it's just it's loose, and some of the other cases, when the plastic doesn't stretch enough, the insert doesn't fit right. Especially with Saturn games, one about the Saturn games, you have like a little bit of a wobble or a bump, and it's not. And you take the insert out, and the insert's straight as an arrow. It's basically because the case is too small. Maybe it's like the way the plastic's been moulded. It might only be like half an inch or whatever, but it just causes everything to bow back. But these EA ones, for me, they're notorious just for. It's not until I do that you can see. Now I'm flattening it down. You can see it's just like it's stretched too much. It's overstretched itself. It's just a case. Fucking no manual. Look, someone twats took the fucking EA symbol off of it. Really pissed me off. So I thought, well, look, if I buy the cartridge only, I'll give this one back, and at least I'll have one with that on there. I mean, the top's not. I've not done anything with that because I was just basically going to swap it over. But there's none coming in stock at all, ever. I'll just have to keep an eye on that for them. But yeah, one that many people, myself included, I didn't know that was a shooter. Battle Squadron. I don't know anything about it. Other than fucking Cinny Steve, again, the jammy bastard's got a nice copy. For the same price, I'd pay for that one. See, I don't win all the time. Right, next up. All CX, by the way. I'm not going to keep repeating that. Still on Mega Drive as well. I'll tell you if and when we do change. This one I remember from when Stu Ninja Bear Hug. I think it's Stu Ninja Bear Hug. It might have been Marcus X-File. It was one of the. This is one of the last games that they needed. I don't think Marcus ever finished his set. I know Stu did. So it all stuck in my mind. Again, it's got this weird fucking Genesis thing on the go. It is complete. It's a little bit rough, but for the price it goes for, I've got it. It's complete. Part of the collection. It's Pink Goes to Hollywood. Pink, who's not that very pink. But yeah, it'll do. It's not a shit copy. It's not a perfect copy. A little bit of roughage there, you can see, but it's got that weird fucking Genesis thing again. These big tech, see them tech magic. They always use these bigger, lumpier cases. It is complete. The manual's a little bit worn, a little bit tired, a little bit wired. Again, the cart's got that weird glue thing on the go. You get with a lot of Atari games. It's like the glue seeps through. Some weird chemical reaction goes on, especially when it's white. It bleeds through a little bit. But yeah, not perfect, but it's complete nonetheless. So, you know, there's not a raft of them available either. It's, you know, like I told you before, look on CX, check on eBay, see what the going rate is. Does it look a good? You know, is it a good deal? Is it worth a punt? Because if it's not, you can always take it back anyway. That's how I do it. Right, last couple now on the Mega Drive. This one is not expensive. I ordered 3 of these. It's just I'm just really missing half decent manual. It is complete. The manual's a bit. It's ripped. I could probably, you know, bastardise it and put a bit of tape on it. It probably wouldn't look that bad. It's not what I want to do. I think it's been done post being handed over, to be honest. But it does complete all the games now. So I've got all 3 on the Mega Drive, and it's Thunder Force 2. I don't know if it's any good. I'm not even sure what Thunder Force 1 came out on. Answer the postcard. But it's a shmup, you know, from a great stable games from Technosoft. It's Technosoft, isn't it? Yeah, Technosoft. So it is complete. So you see the manual down there. I'll show you the manual, because when I looked at this, I thought the bastards have done this, because you can tell usually from the age of the rip. So that's way too new of a rip for me, because usually that would be all yellow, you know, the paper. So they just don't know. Me and Lewis again were speaking about this Saturday. They don't know how to handle old games. It's too new a rip. It's too fresh. There's no age to the tear. It's just stupid. It's just stupid people employing stupid people. Yeah. So like I said, I could do the thing and sort of take that together. Not ideal, but I just think it's a shame just to sort of dismiss it. But I'll say, you know, I just need a decent manual, really. I'll have a think on that. I might tape it, because I think it's just going to get worse otherwise, and that would be a real shame, because having some form of manual rather than no manual, I think is better. in my opinion anyway. It's not, yeah, it's all there, so at least there's not missing fronts and backs and stuff, so yeah. It's just the CX, it's just what, you know, then that's what you deal with. There's no point getting, you know, really sort of antsy and wound up about it. It's just part of it. Right, these three, the last three Mega Drive games, took a bit of a flyer, and I've got some absolute fucking Billy bargains. Really have. This one is an early release. I know it is because I've got it on Master System. I didn't see it at all before, so chances are now, if you go on CEX, there'll be about 10 copies. Because that's usually the way it works. Yeah, right. It is right. It is complete. This is one, again, and I'll show you, it's just where the insert's bigger than the actual, the case, the cover, so I've swapped it over to get one that was slightly less small, because it wasn't, obviously, there's nothing wrong with the actual case itself, in terms of the plastic, it looks fine, it's not wobbling away, but when you put a bigger insert into it, you see the insert causing them bubbles. So this has got one wave rather than 3 or 4 that I had in the previous case. Bit of a sort of strategy, combat type simulation affair. Again, early release. It's Game Ground. So not one that you see. I haven't seen it. Definitely not seen it on the CEX. It may have been at the shows, but I told you before, I don't go to the big vendors. I remember this more from the Master System. You know, it's not anything graphically intensive or anything like that. It is there. I've just turned the manual the other way around because it had a bit of a dog earring. See a little bit of it there. I don't mind that. I'll show you. It is all there. There you go. Look, so it's just got a little bit of curling. I was just trying to flatten that out there. And see, so stuff like that. See, I don't really not bothered about mint. I just want it, as long as it's complete and it's not knackered, like it's ripped to shreds. I don't mind manuals that have got creases and a dog ear and here or there. I think it gives, like I say, it gives it a bit of character, a bit of provenance. But let's say Game Ground, if you can find that, you're doing well. The early release, 1991, same age as Final Fantasy 2. Like this game, I was absolutely blown away. I could not Adam and Eve it. I've got this loose cartridge. It's not a good game. It's not a patch on the first one at all, right? So make no bones about that. I'm not, you know, proclaiming or shouting its technical prowess or its gameplay or anything like that. It's purely as a title, in terms of its, you know, sort of value and its how sought after it is. It's just gone ridiculous. I couldn't fucking believe it. So this turned up on CEX, did my usual, mentioned it a million times before. Checked on that. I was like, what the fuck? Really? On eBay? What? Is that right? You know, sold listings. Fucking hell. Yeah, it is right. And I can't remember what the price was, but it was something ridiculous. It's pushing 50 quid. I can't remember who I was speaking to Saturday. But we were talking Sega, we were talking Mega Drive, and I said it's getting, and I've mentioned this before to you guys and girls, the Mega Drive is slowly, or not quite as slow as you probably want, but it's okay. It's gaining momentum in terms of its value and what people are willing to pay for stuff. Definitely. I've fucking seen it. I've seen it in the last 6 months. It's just gone absolutely mental. Case in point with this game, it's a CEX purchase. Do you know what? It's come through, and I don't know why this was not mint. I'm not complaining. There's even a funnier story off the back of this, and I'll tell you in a minute. But I can't remember what I paid for it now. 25, I want to say, maybe. I don't know. What I do know, on a side, another side tangent is, on the back, I can't find it. No, because I've moved it now, haven't I? Like a twonk. T-Rex what's it called? Fucking hell. Fucking dickhead you are. You're a dickhead. I don't know what you're asking me for. I don't fucking live here. Oh, it's got a dinosaur on the front. I bought it ages ago. Remember I told you I bought it CX. It's T-Rex something. It's got a skateboard on the front. And I bought it for 15 quid, boxed. Didn't have a manual, it was great. I managed to source a manual. Looked on CX, that's 30 quid. Fucking doubled in price. Fucking losing my mind here. It's because I've not had a drink for that long. It's just literally gone to my fucking head. Anyway, I think it's 25 quid. I think it's 25 quid. It's come through. It's absolutely fucking mint. And I say it's not a great game. Strider 2. But honestly, I couldn't. It's fucking absolutely like. I've not done anything to it. I've not swapped the case or nothing. This is just how it is. So I'm keeping that. That's a keeper. And that manual is like fucking. Look at that. Look how flat and it's not been touched. It's not been molested. No, it's 35. It's 35. I'll tell you why it's 35. I know why it's 35 now. Because remember I told you about Thunder Force 2. So I ordered 2 copies of Thunder Force 2. The other one I took back. I ordered 2 or 3. I can't remember now. I had 3 copies, but 2 were on the same order. Because you can only order 2 maximum of any on any one order. Yeah, I had 2 copies of Thunder Force 2 that I was taking back. So I'd sort of made up a nicer copy, if you like. So it's all the same order, and obviously the Strider 2 was in the same order. So I took it back to CEX, and the guy's processing them. Thunder Force 2 is 12 quid. Strider 2 is 35. I'm sure it's 35 quid. So as he was processing them, all he did, he had them as like, he just laid them on his spine so he could read the spines, which I thought, fair play to you. You know, he's just going to whip through them all and get it done. So he said, and it's not until I got out of the shop and I realised what he'd said. He went, okay, so Thunder Force 2, Strider 2, blah, blah, blah. And I always say to people, especially if it's a big order, look, I'm keeping that game and I'm keeping that game. And I distinctly remember saying to him, I'm keeping Strider 2. And he's like, okay, fine. And he put all these on the spine. He went through them and said, right, so Thunder Force 2, Strider 2, blah, blah, blah. And what he'd done, he'd refunded me the £35 for Strider 2 when he had 2 Thunder Force 2s. And it might have been because I mentioned the game to him. So I don't know if it was a subconscious thing. I don't know. So I took 2 Thunder Force 2s back, which is like 24 quid. But I got refunded a £12 and a £35. And it's not until I got home that I realised what I'd done. But I walked out the shop and thought, oh, I wonder if was that right? Because I didn't know until I got home and seen the email. So I've got a box complete Strider 2 for 12 quid. I'm not going to argue. And that is, honestly, it's probably the mintiest game I've ever had from CX. bar none. He's absolutely pristine. I can't believe it. So I said, you just got a chance, CX. Give it a chance. Right, last Mega Drive title. This turned up today. I did think, are they going to arrive? I'd put a little bit of an order in. There's a few more bits there that they're going back. They're not right. This one took a flyer on it again. I've had to do a bit of remedial work, but you know what? For the price I paid, it's all complete as well, which is the main thing. I'm going to keep it. It did freak me out a little bit when I seen the front cover. It's like Vietnam. I had flashbacks. Like in Rambo. Is it Rambo? I can't remember which one it is. He's on the fucking rack and he gets flashbacks. Them that know will know. I'm not going to say too much. And again, I'm not dragging anything up, but my God, it fucking freaked me out a little bit. So for shit, was it 25 quid? I think it's 25 quid. boxed. No, it's not, because 20 quid, it's not, it might be 30 quid. I think it might be 30 quid boxed. Because 20 quid is unboxed. Because I was going to buy, if it hadn't worked, what I'd done, I was just going to buy, obviously the unbox, i.e. the cartridge only, and switch the cartridges over. But it worked out alright, so I don't need to. So yes, it's definitely more than 20 quid. It might be 25, 30 quid. It's probably about, you know, if you're lucky on an auction, you might get it for about what I paid. But usually it's 50, 60 quid. Blue box, blue spine, from my man Scott. It is The Art of Fighting. So I'm not going to say who that reminds me of. Them that know will know. Yeah, I did freak out a little bit. I nearly fucking burnt. I nearly burnt the insert. I'm joking. But it is complete. So this, as you can see, I don't know if you can see, it's a little bit just edged. And a little bit on the bottom. Not too bad. Now what it had on the here, around here, this is an ex-rental because it had like a rental number just on a sticker. So I've got the old label remover. I'll show you the stuff I use, because I tell you what, Holly was asking me about it. Holster TV. But this is the stuff I've got. I've had this ages. Yeah, RS label remover. They're all pretty much of a muchness. It's like a citrus, orangey smell that gives off to it. You do have to be careful because it doesn't work on everything. But generally, as long as it's not plasticky, I know on the PlayStation, I've tried it on PlayStation labels, you know, the ones that are like fucking welded on, and it kind of like smears stuff. It takes the label off and it smears all the shit on the plastic. It doesn't work very well on PlayStation, on plastics. But paper on paper, as long as you don't leave it on there too long, peels it off. And I say this had like a sticker going around there, and it lifted it off fine. You could probably see where the E is a little bit lighter. Is it going to do it? Let me get out of the way. Yeah, the E's lighter because obviously the label had been over it. And on the manual, the manual's, you know, but on the cartridge, again, I could try and show you. See there? See the edge? So I had that same number that matched the edge, and on this side here, I had one of them tamper-proof stickers, the silver ones. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it just there. Look, see the edges there. And that was all over that as well. All silver. So it come up really well. Because if it fucked it up, I would have bought the loose cartridge. And the manual, to be honest, again, very honest manual. It's not perfect. I don't know what it plays like. It's obviously not patched on the fucking AES, the mighty AES, which I've got down here somewhere. But yeah, nonetheless. Say, CEX, bit of a fucking, you know, bit of a flyer. It's come off all right. Right, that's all the Mega Drive. So what else have you bought, Stu? It can't be any Nintendo stuff because you would have said Nintendo. No, it's not Nintendo. I mentioned these to the lads, a couple of them. I bought these with the best intentions, basically. It's a system I've got, but not the add-on that I need to play them. But the price that they were going for, I thought, well, look, even if I can't manage to source the add-on, I ain't gonna lose any. I can't lose any money on these. It would be, especially the second one, it'd be absolutely unbelievable. This one here is only a jewel case. I think, I'm not sure if all of these games came in a big box. I don't know. I'm not that clued up on this system. I say it's a system I've got. It's not a system I've got out. It's a system I've got a handful of games for. It's one that I do want to get into. I've had a bit of a bad experience with an item purchased. Again, a few tubers will know about that. It's not what I thought it was. So I don't want to go too much into that, just in case. But purely from a CEX perspective, purely from a game purchase perspective. So if I don't get what I want, I can move these on, and I'm not going to lose any. I'm going to make money on them. That's for sure. So on the Atari Jaguar, but not just the Jaguar CD. Someone must have waded in, and weirdly enough, they didn't wade in the actual unit itself, because I was looking. It was just the games. So go figure. Maybe, I don't know who, whys or wherefores of that. I don't know. These weren't cheap, but the worth and the value is more than what I paid. So it was like, it's a no fucking, literally, this one is probably not too far from being a no-brainer. And it is starring Fritz. It's Brain Dead 13 on the Jaguar CD. Now I don't know if this came in a box, because a lot of the Jaguar CD stuff, or the Jag stuff, is all box based. I don't know much about this, to be honest. I haven't played it because I haven't got a Jag CD. I did think I had one, or would have had one, and it's just not worked out. But it's all there, it's all complete. I think I paid either 70 or 80 quid for that. I think it was something like, yeah, 70 or 80. One was 70 and one was 80. That's how I remember it. I don't know which one was which. So them's that collect Jag, and there's not many people, and them's that collect Jag CD, who are probably even less. So I mentioned it to a few people, they never heard of that game. This is a rare game, so you can go and check it out, you can go and Google it, you can do whatever. I think there's one on eBay now, I think 130 quid, I think. Someone's asking for. I don't know, it's not a system that I'm really that familiar with. I would ask Tom from the Dreamcast Junkyard, but he's gone off the radar a little bit. This one, I know for a fact, is fucking rare as hen's teeth. It really is. And when it comes through in this style, I was like, do you know what? It doesn't matter now, whatever happens, because this is, it's probably, I think it might be the rarest Jag game, especially the rarest Jag CD game. And everything's in there. The box is not in bad condition. It's got a few, honest dinks and stuff. I don't know if it's any good game, because I can't play it, I don't fucking know. But it's Primal Rage on the Jag CD. So the last one that this sold for, again, I can only go on eBay because I'm not in the Jag circle. I think it might have been sealed, I think. Something like 630 quid. Obviously this clearly isn't sealed, but it's not in bad condition at all. So I say, if I don't get what I'm after, which was a working Jag CD and stuff, I may just have to punt this on, because I may have come a cropper somewhat. So I need to recoup some. So the difference, say, why I was talking about Brain Dead is, obviously that's the box. The long, if you like, the big box, the long box. But within that one, they're just cardboard sleeves. So I'm thinking if Brain Dead was in a long box, it'd be in the same style. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know enough about the Jag CD to sort of say, yeah, that's how it should be. But this has got everything in it. And the instructions are in that bit there. So, I say, from what I know, which is fucking 10% of fuck all, it is the rarest and the most probably, I don't know if it's sought after, I don't know, I'm guessing it probably is. And I bought it off CEX, over for 70 or 80 quid. Again, a lot of money, but for what the potential value in it, if I can't get what I want, I've not lost really any money in that respect. So that's it, guys. Finishing off with some absolute belters. I mentioned to Lewis, I mean, Lewis got a great deal on Rain Man on the Jag, you know, just on the normal Atari Jaguar. I said, I might just a picture. And it's not a competition or anything like that, it was just circumstance. So as I said before, if you're not using CEX, or you're not happy with CEX, then you're not using it right. That's me done. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.